Hey, good evening. So essentially, we meet again. It's a Thursday evening, 7:30, and it's think tank time. If you can hear me, please just let me look as if there's a delay. Let me know if I'm delaying. If you can hear me, they give me a thumbs up or say something so I can know that you can hear me. Otherwise, I'll just continue and assume you can hear me. First of all, before we start in our main topic, today the topic we are going to talk about land acquisition. Let's assume, say, um, you're Ghanaian, either in Ghana or abroad, you have accumulated a little money. Now, see, okay, let me start a company or let me start producing something. And the job that you're going to do will require that you you have some land. So that's if that is the case, how are you going to go about it? And Tikroma, especially speaking from the US now. So if Tikroma, or if you're in England, or if you're in anywhere else in the world, and you're trying to acquire land, Mama Ibidano, people are building properties back at home, and now people are moving and move building properties. So you know the challenges that brings. I think my camera is the one doing the giving me the problem. So I'm going to switch cameras right now. And this camera is a little sideways, but let me use that one. Yeah. Let me see whether I can move it around without causing any problems. I was trying to hide my fat cheeks, but this is not gonna help. Jesus Christ. See, a big way. Where's my producer? Where's my producer? Well, I think this is kind of cool. Let me see whether this works. This works fine, right? Yeah. Well, look as if it does. I gotta shift my screens around a little bit. Yeah, this works fine. Like this. Well, so you're trying to acquire a land. How do you go about it? Yeah. How do you buy a land in Ghana or lease a land? Actually, according to the Constitution of Ghana, you cannot buy a land. If you are a citizen of Ghana, you can. I'll turn it off. Oh, my favorite crowd. If you're a citizen of Ghana, hello, Hanson. If you're a citizen of Ghana, you can lease a land for 99 years. And there's no way there should be a reason for non-renewal when the lease comes to an end and you want to renew. I think if you're a foreign citizen, you can acquire the land for 50 years. Excuse me, let me close this door before. I think it's about I think it's about 50 years. So what I learned in Ghana, actually, full disclosure, I know a lot about lands. I'm not so sure about how it works right now, but what we learned in the books when we were learning land laws and surveying in Ghana was that you just let me talk about what I really know. In the US, if you want to buy a land, you find the land that you want or a property, a house that you want. What you do is either you can do this by yourself Or if you don't know much about lands, you just go find a lawyer to do research on the land to find out who owns the land, whether there are any liens on the land. Liens is say if you are own papa own the land or they are kwako jibusen and abibisa, so there's a lien on the land. Or say a dinosaur, maybe he took a mortgage, he hasn't finished paying the mortgage, so he owes, he or she owes the bank some money. That's a lien on the property. It's and then you negotiate with the owner of the land. And then you take into consideration all the liens and everything. Or can the butcher? You go to the register of deeds, website. Almost every county in the US have it. GIS. So you go to their website, you go to the register of deeds, you actually see the land, you click on it, all the information of the land will come, who bought it, when, how much, everything is on there. So you buy the land, but even before you buy the land, you have to have the service of a surveyor to establish the boundary of the land. And then you buy the land from the owner. And then the surveyor is going to draw the map of the land and put your name, a registered surveyor, put your name as the new owner, and then send it to the registrar of deed, and it's going to be recorded. Not just say, do you know, say be a Kwame, and I may talk as I say for a buyer. After Yaye Bibiano, as I send a dim, we'll just send it to the register of deeds, and then he's going to record it. Say, assassin, now your buyer there from 19 something something to 2000 something something. But they say Kwame there authority this much. Register of deeds. Every person will be out now. I think in North Carolina, in Charlotte, Mecklenburg, a friend of Polaris. If you go to Polaris, every land, you find the owner, how much he bought it, when he started owing it, everything. In Ghana, it's supposed to be like that. But before you can do that, I talked about GIS. All the lands in the area you're talking about has to be digitized or scanned. It's I will say registries, register of deeds office, or more records of all lands. IRCV, it will Chrome, and they'll put it on their GIS website. To Koha, it's very, very simple. You go look at it, and then you buy it. Jesus Christ, I need to turn the air conditioner on. And that is how it works. So that's going to be our main topic. And I promise if I can find, I've got some surveyor friends in Ghana, and I'll see if I can get any one of them next week, or maybe I'll do a pre-record of one of them, and then they will take us through how it works and the difficulties. It is also Thailand or Ghana, and I say if you want to start a business in Ghana, Charlie, give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes, maybe. I'm sweating over here. All right, I am back. Feel free to me. Jesus Christ. Oh man. And this camera is not helping at all. Camera and boy me. I'll switch and see if the other one. Laptop camera is very meant for videos, you know. It's that's how it works. In Ghana, it's simple. If you want to buy a land, most lands are traditionally owned lands. That's all I'll say all the private lands. In 2% tax, you have to buy the interest of the land. Iti fan said Hansen will asasi usunani. Na Haja Binta Pesota Assassina. First of all, so cool Hansen. And what you're actually doing, most people don't know this. What you're actually doing is buying Hansen's interest in the land because the traditional ruler of that area also owns an interest in the land. Iti Hansen na family land ni yana dia. Mike, check 1 2 1 2. Good. All right. So then you have to go to the chief and get his consent. They don't like to use the word buy, but basically you're going to buy the chief's interest. Before the traditional area is going to give you a letter to take to Ghana Lands Commission to go register the land. It's simple. Instead of going through another person who is the chief, you don't do that. It's straight from the person to the registrars. Then register the land in your name. In Ghana, I will say, after you buy the land from Hansen has to take you to the chief so that you can get the interest of the chief to and buy it, and then you can take it to the registrars. The chief is actually going to aid you, give you a letter to take it to the registrars so that the land will be registered in your name, and then you'll be leasing the land from that time. So that's how it works in Ghana. But we all know there are serious complications as to how a land that belongs to a chief that it belongs to a person that you've already bought and gone to the chief and still bought the interest of the team will still be owned by another person that has to go through these same two persons, to have it. It's a problem. It's a huge problem. But I'll try and find somebody. Maybe next week, or maybe I'll pre-record it and I'll play it. I'll interview somebody in Ghana who knows a lot about land and trying to acquire land in Ghana, and then we can talk about it. Yeah, but it's a huge problem. A lot of people that I've met here, that was our problem, trying to acquire land. But before we do that, we should just go through things that are happening in Ghana right now. Ghana and some of the Dawson. They said it started a kind of kakra. Let me see. I curated a bit of them, and we go through them. Kangakra. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. So first, public prosecutor, and we all know what happened to the first one. He said he went there, they gave him the office, but they weren't giving him any freedom to work, so he quit. So this gentleman, I think he's like a 43-year-old gentleman, studied law, been a lecturer for like 15 years. And according to people who knows him, he's very astute. So this guy has been nominated and he was being vetted by parliament. Once a Kromayaka ageism, it's normally young people discriminating against old. And Hansen kind everything that we're Bruce Ghana you're copying about, we do it opposite. In Ghana, ageism is against the young. If you're young, they don't want to give you anything. So listen to a question that was asked of him when he went to oh Jesus Christ. A question that was asked of him when he went to Parliament during the vetting. It's in Babacham.
Been described
can you hear
as
it? Jesus.
A very young.
Let me pause it. Okay, let's go. For some reason I cannot hear it. Mr. Mantel made that comment. But let's do it.
You have also been described as a very young and inexperienced lawyer who is not fit for purpose. For these are descriptions that honorable nominee. What is your reaction to this? That you are too young and naive to be appointed to occupy a position such as the Office of Special Prosecutor. Are you? Let me ask you this: are you experienced enough to occupy the position of Special Prosecutor?
Honorable Chair, first the age. I turned 43 years on 2nd July, a few weeks ago. I qualified to be the president of this republic. I am age mates with the president of the French Republic.
Oh man, I don't know why I cannot hear this. Jesus. All right, I'm very sorry, but so that I can also. Jeez. Can you hear me if I talk? Because I was having difficulties where you guys could hear. Now, but let me see. Let me change it back to, I think this is just mainly me. Okay. Let me take it back to where it was before. Now I'm here. Let me know if you can hear this. Let me take it back a little bit.
Earlier, I was called to the bar.
Experienced
Can you
lawyer
hear it now?
who is not fit for purpose. For, you know, these are descriptions that honorable nominee. What is your reaction to this? You are too young
too.
and naive to be
let me
appointed to occupy a position such as the Office of Special Prosecutor.
Oh, Charlie. Very unprofessional, but forgive me. Let me switch this to this.
Let me ask you this.
Can you hear this?
Are you experienced enough to occupy the position of Special Prosecutor?
Honorable Chair, first the age. I turned 43 years on 2nd July, a few weeks ago. I qualified to be the president of this republic. I am age mates with the president of the French Republic. Indeed, you should forgive me for saying this. I'm a year older than the Minister for Justice and Attorney General. We were mates at the University of Ghana and Ghana School of Law. He is the Minister for Justice and Attorney General. There's no question about his age. Why then throw issues about my age? In terms of experience, as I stated much earlier, I was called to the bar some 18 years ago. I qualified to sit on the Supreme Court of Ghana. Indeed, I'm 3 years past the qualification for Supreme Court. I have taught criminal law, especially in the University of Ghana, for 15 years, continuously. I see, if I'm not mistaken, some of my former students around this table. Honorable member for Ediso, my former student. Honorable member for Medina, it's my former student. Honorable member for Kaikwe Central, I was their TA in conflict of laws. These are the products of my experience. They are here, right here, for everyone to see.
So there you go. And Crawford, I mean, Jesus Christ. I think the main reason why we're having most of the problems we're having is this mindset. We're having in Ghana is this mindset. The age gap. See, in Ghana, if you're not 60 plus, nobody wants to see you as president. If you're not, Akufo is like 70 something. It's around the age of my mom. Okay. And so when we are talking about things that is affecting the youth, he cannot even comprehend. So that's the problem we have right now. And they are questioning this guy about his age. And I like the way he put it. He taught some of you. It doesn't matter. So that is the first one that I just heard and I thought it was upset that why would his age be a problem? All right. Secondly, the finance minister went to Parliament today, and he went to Parliament to discuss. I think he went to Parliament to present the mid-year budget. After presenting that, he made mention of the cathedral. Now, I'm doing some major HD crowd, so it's on course. It's ma. Now I'm doing a cathedral and you giant, your jokers. We are still working on the cathedral now. Let's say a mwaka crab here, and you be brave. If anybody wants to help in the building of the cathedral, 100, you should donate about 100 Ghana cedis every month. I didn't hear that on the speech, but that's that's what I said. Into someone, man, person more cathedral. Right now they say, or if I agree with us, they're not going to use government money, but the $100 million has to come from somewhere. Into someone, if you are here and you can part away with just 100 Ghana, 100 Ghana is like $20 or less. And if you can get $20 a month, now I send a tourist building a cathedral. Cathedral, yeah, we've moved all the judges that used to live there, and we've graded the whole area. They demolished all the houses over there, and we're going to build a beautiful cathedral where God is going to reside. And then when we have problems, we don't have to ask any minister. We can go directly to God in the cathedral and just talk to God. And, I'm going to give you this one too. Let me know if you can hear.
Mr. Speaker, work on the National Cathedral is progressing speedily and following the program of the contractors, and with God helping us, the National Cathedral is expected to be officially commissioned on March 6, 2024. Upon completion, the National Cathedral will provide a sacred space for formal religious activities of state and symbolize the enormous contribution of faith to nation building.
So to those cathedral skeptics, cynicals, cathedral cynics, say we are not going to build a cathedral. Jack, my board damn, we're building it. The science says, Musa Mais Kakra and Kauna Infancy Cathedral. And I saw this. I don't know how true this is. But say donate. That's from starfm.com. I see donate 100 Ghana cedis a month to help build National Cathedral. Government to Ghanaian. Say no say on Bobusia bill. I'm not on Bobusia bill, but so I'm Bobusia ultimately see cathedral to Australia. We did Charlie Nipa be say 100 million, right? 100 million Ghana cedis. Charlie, no soon, but still, if everybody decides Ghana, we are a country of about 30 million everywhere. It's even fun to say, even you're a country of 30 million. We are the Kakraba, Charlie, 100 Ghana city, 100 Ghana cities. We scan a billion this year. It's a There's an announcement from the government of Ghana. Oh, geez. All right. And then let's go straight. I think this relates to Yasem, so I'll say I will do this later. But once again, whenever there's a problem in Ghana, the diversion has to be, we have to have a diversion so that people know, yeah, can be free assembly also. We're talking about parliamentarians, right? Parliamentarians getting a loan of $28 million. That loan is going to finance their private cars. That loan is going to pay for 60% of their private cars. And then and then I'll make you 40%. So buy na Ningo Pram MP Sam George. See, how dare you guys talk about our cars? Where there's a very serious problem that we have to talk about. Have you guys heard about LGBTQI? Well, those people are very evil. They affect our economy. Road accidents, so we are going to fight them instead. And he has started a private bill. Private bill, they say, and your government now, I say, or passes our law. No. It's Sam George and a passes our law never. So he's going to throw another bone into the fight so that the dogs can fight. Tell them, you'll be 28 million. It is Sam George. Let's listen. With their wakakra. So just listen to this. After we get rid of that, we talk about the land laws. Why?
Thank you, Mark. It's been a while. Welcome to my office. It's good finally after helping and supporting with
Sam Jata George. That's the Jata over there.
Which was big to state my case to my constituents, which led and contributed largely to me coming to Parliament.
You're my neighbor from a neighboring constituency. So if I ever plan to run for election there, you come and help me. Hello.
I owe you that favor.
But Linda Okulu is not watching this show.
Oh, Chapilinda no more contest.
Okay. My name is just saying no.
I can't place your name.
Then we can do. I can't basically can do. Okay. This bill, a very long title,
yes.
Promoting Proper Human Sexual Rights and Ghanaian Family Values Bill. Where's the idea coming from?
All right. Very good evening to our viewers. This bill is largely in response to what we recognize as a growing threat from pro-LGBTQ groups, and forgive me, I'll be using the short form of their name, because if I want to say the LGBTQIAAP,
just put plus at the end.
Yeah, just maybe plus. This groups is the growing advocacy for the legalization or acceptance of what is a perversion and what is currently illegal in Ghana. And so you saw the opening of an office. But what really ticked me off was the presence of diplomats at that function. Diplomats are bound by the Vienna Convention not to get involved in the local politics of a country or issues of contention in the host country, and definitely not to engage in any illegality in their host country. Seeing high commissioners, ambassadors, reps of the EU representative at that function in blatant violation of the Vienna Convention really.
So, Sam George, see, Vienna Convention say if there's a problem in the country that is contentious, my diplomats, to say ambassadors, high commissioners, from other countries, and they shouldn't get involved. But if it's a matter of human rights, they'll have to talk. And first of all, I don't know this problem, this obsession with the LGBT community in Ghana. This thing is just a modern thing, and it started about 4 or 5 years ago. I think when Mama was about 8 to 9 years ago, because I heard one a friend is saying the publisher that published his memoir or his biography, autobiography, I've forgotten what it was gay, and that was a problem. They used it in their politics. And from that time onwards, like anytime a problem about Ghana be they find one of these funny guys, throw in LGBT, because when you say it will divide the country, and we talk about it. Look at us talking about it now. We talk about it for a long time. Then they'll go under the radar and do their dastardly deeds. You know, they'll buy the $28 million cars and all those communities and shy bodies, and just build a cathedral and something like that.
It really takes me off. And for me, I made 2 calls immediately. I made a call to the president to shut down the office and to the Minister for Foreign Affairs to sanction those high commissioners. As far as I'm aware, publicly, I'm not aware of any sanctions, but the president
Charlie.
that office. But then we needed to send a strong message. None of these ambassadors or high commissioners would have tried this if they were the host country was Saudi Arabia or any of the Gulf states. Doesn't mean that they do not.
Let me pause this and highlight this. Lifetime Legacy say Turkey built a national mosque at the cost of $10 million with capacity of 15,000. And that is using $100 to fill the cathedral. And for those who want to donate, Pacho Uska, you have been donating my Turkey for cathedral because they obviously are going to build it cheaper. That aside, let's go back to Sam George, the chief crusader for anti-gay, lesbian, and bisexual, and all LGBTQI.
Recognition and respect as a sovereign state. And so we have legislative power. And so I made a statement on the floor of the House, and in making my statement, indicated my intention to pass a private member's bill that will criminalize fully the full gamut of homosexuality. And that's what's brought us here.
So let's take it one by one. What is the content? Are you we already told that LGBTQ is a crime under our statutes.
Yes.
So why introducing a bill when we already have a law? What's the purpose of what you're doing?
So you see, every law student learns, one of the first things you learn in law class is that every legislation you see, there's the spirit of the law and there's the letter of the law. And so the spirit is actually the intentment. The letters are just what you read. So in interpreting any statute, or law or legislation, you try to go into the mind of the framers and what their intent was. In 1960, when the Criminal Offences Act was passed, where Section 104 of Act 29, which refers to unnatural carnal knowledge, was passed, you could clearly see the intent was to ban homosexuality. If you go back in time, in 1960 in Ghana, the real threat of homosexuality was gays. You didn't have lesbianism, you didn't have pansexualism, you didn't have transgenders, you didn't have bis, you didn't have queers.
It was just men and men.
It was just men and men. And so if you read the text of Section 104, it focuses largely on gays, men having sex with men. And that's why in the case of the Republic versus Bano Singh, the court tried to establish what is carnal knowledge, natural carnal knowledge, okay, and distinguish what is unnatural carnal knowledge. But then that opens what you call a lacuna, because when the court establishes the fact that it must be penetrative sex, a lesbian doesn't have an organ for penetration. She can only penetrate using a contraption or a sex toy. Now, Section 104 of Act 29 does not deal with that. So 61 years on, you need to review your law and make sure your law is responsive to 2021. Recently, Parliament, under the former Attorney General, Parliament passed a new companies code. We had a companies code that was over 60 years as well. But you realize that the atmosphere or the environment for establishing a business 60 years ago in Ghana is not the same today. So we refine the laws, make sure that things like money laundering and all of that, which were not in the old companies code, have been put in this. Absolutely. So this is just supposed to make Section 104 tighter. Section 104 is just one section in an act. Now you're giving Section 104 it's giving birth.
Okay.
So
yeah, I think that's the whole thing I'm trying to put across. Sir, with all the problems that is engulfing the country, why do we have to spend energy and trying to create laws about what people do in their bedrooms? Like, why are we trying to legislate people's bedrooms, like what you can do or can two consenting adults can do or not do in their bedroom. If I am home, if I say you're passing, bra, as to what do you do in your bedroom? They say I buy so when you be because of budget taxes crowd. Now what your boy about TV so you know who people are dying. The health challenge that be drew a healthcare organ no ubesun. And they are not just so many crying, they are just many are breeding they say lesbians and gay and all these people should not be allowed to have sex in Ghana. And it's a joke.
So now you are able to establish all the legs of homosexuality, and that's why we cover the full gamut of homosexuality.
I'll ask you to walk us through the bill, what you have put in there that may not be in the last law that we already have, the 1960 law, and also what you seek to do, and who you are targeting. But who and who are supporting you on this? And explain to us, we keep hearing private members bill. What does that mean?
All right, so when Parliament realizes that there is a pressing need or societal issue, it may not necessarily be on the agenda of the government of the day. And the 1992 Constitution gives room for Parliament to enact legislation. We are lawmakers. That's actually our job. So you can make a law. You don't always have to sit and wait for government to bring you the law. However, there are caveats.
So traditionally, what happens is that the Attorney General or a minister will sponsor a bill and say that we want you to create a law that says ABC.
Yes.
You debate it, you decide on it, and you pass it.
We pass it.
So that's not what we are doing.
That's not what we're doing. This time, we have crafted the law. We're going to put it before Parliament. We have imposed responsibility on a minister, in fact, 3 ministers of state in our bill. Okay, and they would then, after passage of this bill, hopefully by end of this year, they would then be tasked to see to the execution of this bill. So by a private member's bill, one of the major caveats that you must understand with a private member's bill, and I've seen a lot of people, why is he focusing on homosexuality? Why is he not doing something about healthcare to fix the problems or roads? A private member's bill cannot impose cost on the state.
Okay.
So if I do a private member's bill and the government of Ghana has to spend 1 cedi, Parliament will not consider it. It will.
Oh, I get it. Nti Sam George say the reason why he's not trying to, do anything about the healthcare or anything to our private citizens bill. They say if you're doing a private citizen bill, and what's that bill now? Obey no, Abema government abokabia. And say. Like Obaya is asking, say, fighting about road safety, building of infrastructure, and all healthcare and all those things. And I know government beboka, Sam George only time for that because we can't talk about it. But LGBT there, government and mocha. So sending sex police to go around people's houses and trying to find out whether they're having sex the real way or whether they're having sex Sam George's way or not. No. And then the government will not be paying for that. Putting homosexuals in prison for the Ghanaian prison service to feed them with public money and the government never car. I think this is just wasting our time, basically. And to us,
do not meet the test. And when I take you through the processes we've gone through, you'll realize why there's been a certain lull between when we presented to the speaker and when this went to government press, because it has to go through a certain scrutiny within Parliament. So a private member's bill largely would deal with societal issues, not developmental issues, which would incur costs.
So you can't go and have a bill in Parliament that says government must construct a road through the Shire Hills assets.
Because in fact, Parliament will not consider it, because when I submit that draft bill to the speaker, he will refer it to the legislative drafting unit and the legal unit of Parliament to do due diligence on it to see if it meets the basic requirements of the Constitution. Once they determine that there is cost to it, they will not. In fact, I'm having a similar challenge. I wanted to do a private members bill on fiber cuts in the telecom sector, but simply because part of my bill would suggest that if a government contractor cuts a fiber of a telco, cost should be imposed on government, my bill will not go through. So I'm now looking at how we would handle that issue.
So government is not going to lose any money with the passage of this.
There is, in fact, government will make money.
How? Because if people are jailed, they'll be eating our food in prison for free. That's
Well, government will make money by way of licensing approved medical care professionals.
Okay.
Because in this bill, we actually offer approved medical care and assistance. And all of those people must be licensed. Today, many of them are practicing already. They're carrying out their trade. But because we want to harmonize, now that you have a legislation, we want to harmonize them. We're insisting that they must all go under the minister will bring an LI subsequent to the passage of this bill. Yeah, so HEFRA, you must have HEFRA licensing, you must have licensing from the Mental Health Authority, from the Ghana Medical Association to offer the kind of services that they're already offering. And this would be licensing fees.
So what are the obligations of the Attorney General or the government? Does it mean that there will be no government official in the chamber on the floor making an argument in favor of this bill? They are not obligated to.
Well, I would love to see them stand up for the constitution and show up. I personally know that as a person, not as Attorney General, Mr. Godfred Dame is not in favor of LGBTQ activities. We all heard that at his vetting. I've heard Kojo Nkrumah speak about the need for us to have legislation. I've heard the Minister for Gender and Social Protection at her vetting say that we need to have this. They said this under oath in Parliament. So I want to believe that they were speaking the truth, and we want to see them with their mouths. However, whether they are present or not, this bill will go through. So the Attorney General's only responsibility is the usual thing that every criminal prosecution in this country can only emanate on the basis of advice from the Attorney General. So if it's the police will send a docket, get approval, and prosecute it. No individual can prosecute a criminal case.
So when they say private members bill, it doesn't mean one MP.
It could be one MP, it could be a number of MPs.
Is this the first time we are seeing something like this?
In fact, one has passed in the last Parliament. A private members bill was passed in the wee moments of the last Parliament by Speaker Michael Quay. So at the moment, I understand there are about 5 of us who the Speaker has given a warrant of gazette for us to go through the process.
So explain to me who else has agreed to join you on this. Was it your initiative? Did you all come together? Because there was a prayer meeting or something like that in Parliament. Was that where this idea came from? How did it come?
Okay, so on that prayer meeting, the Parliament has a Parliamentary Christian Fellowship and a Parliamentary Muslim Fellowship. Okay. The Christian Fellowship meets on Tuesdays, every Tuesday morning before Parliament sits. Now, because in submitting my bill, I was going to be supported by senior men of God who had worked with us. Apostle Opoku Onyina, who is the former chairman of the Church of Pentecost and currently the chairman of the President's Cathedral Building Committee. You had the Archbishop of Ghana, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Tamale, the president of the Catholic Bishops Conference, Archbishop Name, flew all the way from Tamale at his own expense to join us. You had senior men of God from all walks of life present with us. We had a prayer breakfast meeting.
Yeah, prayer meeting on Mokan. That's what they're talking about. It's a prayer meeting. Yo, all right, move. Let's go on.
Our usual prayer meeting and prayed about Ghana and the bill and all of that.
I think he's from Pram. Maybe I'm not eating and someone because you overthrew eating. Oh yeah, Ningo Pram.
There, because I mean, we had men of God with us, and they had come to Parliament on a Tuesday, and they decided to pray with us. In the same way, we have visiting imams also come to Parliament on Friday and lead the Juma prayers here.
So the idea was that let's have a breakfast meeting. After that, we submit a bill. By this time, you had already prepared the bill.
Oh, the bill had been completed way before. In fact, we had to make sure that we had delayed the submission of the bill for almost 3 weeks because we had to make sure that all the senior men of God who wanted to come get a date that would work for everybody.
Who signed this bill with you or introduced this bill?
Well, I've got the president of the Parliamentary Christian Fellowship, Honorable Emmanuel Kwesi Betra. I've got the Honorable Reverend Helen Ajwa Ontoso. I've got Honorable Reverend John Ntim Ford. I've got Honorable
Lifetime.
Al Hassan. I've got
$28 to work, and you're praying lazy. Watch your spelling, man.
There is also, I think I'm right through. That's 8, right?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. We can just
so that I don't know which one person. Yeah,
and then come and land in trouble.
No. Yeah. So yes, Bedra, Della Soa, John Ntim Ford.
All right, I think enough of that. We will find some time and actually discuss this bill and its importance to the average Ghanaian. For me, I don't think we needed any laws or anything of that sort. Let's just fix the country. That is number one. And talking about fix the country, on the 4th of August, Face the Country is going to organize a demonstration starting from Obra Sports as usual. And Omoka Sari and the president came out about 2 days after to announce the Delta variant is, causing havoc in the country. So all church gatherings, basically he's trying to shut down the country before that happens. We don't know if that's going to happen, but at the moment, the police has given Fix the Country people the go ahead to do the demonstration on the 4th of August. And I've seen some of those guys. It's not official, but people, there are groups of people trying to organize and take, charter a bus and take it to Accra to join the demonstration. And if you know any of such people that are genuinely trying to organize a bus, I think 100 Ghana cedis now, or the build a cathedral now. We came to Nafa 50 and the government of Ghana towards the cathedral Nafa 50 and Face the Country guys and why because Okobompa area you want to have a good road to drive on to your home. And that's my so let's go to the third one. Land administration. Very, very important thing to start a company. Okotasa so Ghana. I don't know if any one of you over here if any one of you here person Motasa so Ghana or have tried to buy land in Ghana. Somewhere, I'll put a link there for you to tell your story. And just simple, although on paper it's supposed to be very, very simple. In real life, it's not. So Bawumia went to one of these universities of Ghana, and he was talking about trying to digitize the land registration in Ghana. And this is a big problem. The last time I remember that there was a big push to say, if you land registration system, papers and just documents in filing cabinets. around the world, even in third world countries, it's going to be very hard for you to find one. But because I know corruption, it's so easy to be corrupt. Some time there's a guy telling me, said there was a lady working in land commissions in one of the towns that he had a land in. And then there was a dispute on his land. Until they went in that day, the woman went out into their filing room. With the bare 1 hour, he found the documents, he brought it up. So this is how you're going to go about it. These are your documents. We are a woman and demand a bribe. I don't say I'm not going to pay you a penny for this, because this is your job. You know, your job is to give people their files when they ask for it. So why do I have to pay you anything? And I'm having to any problem. So the next time they went there, now there was another person. They asked for the same file. Almost a share file, no share file, no share file. Charlie, they couldn't find the file. So on their way out, be hinted to say, lady, a juma oyano, with me file, or some document or file, no DC. They will never find it in the archives. So what will happen is your whole claim to your land, your whole interest in the land, not IRA, because there's only one file and they cannot find it. So that's it, you're done. So if the land has been in your family for 300 years in Kwanda, you who filed in Kwanda land and your debut is free for all. And that's the problem. And I was a geomatic engineering student in Ken University, Aceh. And basically we do a lot. Sophia, and they've been students upon students coming out with brilliant project works. When I was doing my project work, I had to digitize maps. It's a very, very simple. It's a little tedious, but it's simple. If the government puts a little fund, so 28 million medical tokai, we even $5 million, we can digitize all the lands in Ghana. Any problem. Most of the lands are, ever since we started using our instrument, GPS and total station instruments, we have the digitized form already, because your draw maps, our AutoCAD and all those CAD software. So we already have digitized maps already. So all you have to do is to have a GIS software and put it all together. I think I have a friend that has a PhD in GIS. He's in Atlanta, America, so I'm in Southern Canada, and we can talk about this. We really have to be in depth about this situation, because a very, very important. So it's I'll find. I think it's a very good topic. I'll find more people that have more specialized people as far as land laws are concerned. That you do come on. And I'm going to say I've been a surveyor, but I went to school in Ghana, and so still, Ghana, I need help, because they have intentionally complicated issues. That is going to the chief to get the interest of the chief. So you are trying to buy the interest, lease the interest. Makoye no. Obi akoto ohene no so be bo price kesebia, and then you double pay for the land. And then you take to land. Me say ohene ne The owner of the actual owner of the land, common your problem say lands commission. Who could draw who assassin our ton? I think they be cheap. And lands commission. Why do you have to if you're buying 3 pieces? If you buy an acre of land, why does land commission have I don't know so much assassin? I don't even get it. Because what comes to you, Jesus Christ. I say a poopy. If anybody knows a planner in Ghana, or a planner, or you or any of the district assemblies, and I say local government, I'll bet my mind, and I'll be a land commission, I'll bet my mind some, and a lawyer, any lawyer that deals with land. But when it comes to surveyors, I think I can find a lot of them. But so more digitizing maps, you know, the ones that are on paper. Some of them you just have to scan the map and the lease on the map, because when you scan the map, I have more distances and bearings on it, so it can be recreated digitally. Yeah, normal scanning lease, you know. And then you put it on the website. To be when he clicks on the piece of land, he gets the information of when assassinated there, or Tonahe, or Tofri with the whole history of assassin, or paper no so. Celine's was so the assassin also. You see all that. You find your lawyer, he prepares a contract. You send it over to the person, you buy the land, and then you take it to the registry of deed. Ghana, registry of deed, you know. On our from a regional surveyors, you know. I don't know if that's the same, or we have to find out. I think I know one of them. I'll see if the person would like to talk about this topic. And or do call register or do call land commissioner or more register on land now. It's that simple. And you have any convoluted issue. But I think they've not intentionally created a web around it to make it very, very, very difficult for you to buy land without paying any bribes along the way. Buying a land will take you about 3 years. It means 2 or 3 years. To say, well, you're thinking check, I want to do real estate. And then you find money and go buy, let's say, 20 acres of land somewhere. Land commission, and I said the district assembly offer some percentage from your land. But they want to take some percentage of it. I still don't get that part. I still don't get it. I want to find out what Jesus. I think a lot of people knows a lot about that. And while this discussion goes on, if people hear about this, they'll join the discussion, and we hear people's problems, and then we find appropriate people to try and help give us solutions as to how to go about it. As part of our broad topic of managing the resources, I think this is where we want to step in right now. Unemployment, and this is Sam George sitting there talking about trying to ban LGBT and put them in prison and all that. Charlie, it's so convoluted. It's Charlie. I know a guy here in Charlotte that went to Ghana just for this. He went to Ghana for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. He already bought the land. He already bought the interest of the chief, and he's just going to register the land. 3 weeks. He still came back to the US without being able to register the land. Now bribes no too and abro land in the crap price and so. Anything for the girls there, Charlie, and Guru boys. Oh, we solve this for you. It's disheartening, very disheartening. It's in a lot of investors, especially foreign investors. You know, if he wants to build a factory, and he needs about 20 plus acres. Okogana, Untimi. I've heard so many stories. My friend was telling me, said one of his friends that he was a taxi driver or some Uber driver. Or he is a taxi driver. And then he picked some investors from Kotoka and they were talking about trying to build a factory somewhere near Kumasi. You know, Omokasa, this taxi driver is actually a very good businessman in Ghana. So Omokana say, oh, like he can help them out. So they went to Kumasi, saw the chiefs, bought about 30 acres of land. You know, Yato land in area, you know, we're gonna start the actual business in the little village that is going to, I mean, this factory, all the hands in the factory are going to be Ghanaians. I'm sorry, I'm see Jumani Krum. Now the chiefs started fighting among themselves as to who owns the land. After they've already taken the money, land commission to Saba, the actual, you have to go see this man, go see this paramount chief. After about 5 years, these people have borrowed money from a bank in the USA to come establish, I think in Europe, it was a bank in Europe to come and establish this company. 5 years after they've borrowed this money, they are paying interest every month. They've bought their land. They spent over $2 million to buy the land. And still, they call court in whole, court everywhere is discussing this issue. Basically, they had to write off their $2 million and just leave the factory now, because they are fighting over land. See, the bigger purpose, people don't want to see the bigger picture. So in Yasi factory new there's so many things this factory will give you. See, the local government there is going to get a piece of the taxes to help in local infrastructure development. The government is going to get some taxes from these factories. People working in the factory are going to be paid. And when they get paid, they are going to pay federal or state taxes. They are going to pay income tax to the government. When people start working, a lot of people start working in the locality, they're going to have money. And when they have money to buy things within the community, it's going to raise the economy of the community. Everybody wins if the factory is built, provided pollution and all that is not going to affect the people. So buying a land, acquiring a land in Ghana is super, super, super important in this employment journey that we are going, like we've taken upon ourselves to take. It's, we have to have a very serious discussion about this. And to you private people, I'm trying to say, Hansen and Haja or, Obaya want to retire and go back home on a little farm and just enjoy him or herself after a long toil of working in this crazy country. When you're sick, you've got a lot of pension, social security that will go a long way when you're there. Now, occupy land back home, just one plot size. Now, after then, you just build your house and go about your business. The frustration these people will put you through, Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, a lot of you guys listening to me knows about it, so maybe I shouldn't rant. But if anybody Pacho, if you please share this broadcast. If anybody that is watching us have a story to tell, has had a problem and a solution, has only just have a problem and wants a solution, yes, from Mofambra, be part of this show. Let's talk about it. You can just DM, you can just go to this show and just write your message under it. I'm going to read the messages and see if we can have answers to it. We're going to take about 3 weeks to do this. So back to what I was talking about. Baumia went to this lectures and was talking about digitizing land registration. It felt like he was telling a joke, but this is extremely serious, a very serious thing in Ghana. And Baumia said,
it is worth noting that successive governments have tried resolving the challenges in our land administration system, but these efforts have often come with various complications and inefficient deployment of resources. Governments after governments, bank loans after bank loans, our fundamental problems in land administration persist. Nonetheless, seemingly unsolvable, and citizens' complaints get louder and louder. So citizens resort to land guards to enforce or collect other people's properties. To address these critical challenges in the land sector and to optimize the contribution of land to the socioeconomic development of Ghana, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is committed to change through the application of technology. Ghana can only make the much needed strides in the development when technology becomes the driver for all sectors of the economy. Therefore, as part of the digitization agenda of government, I've established in my office a liaison unit which is fervently working to assist the Lands Commission and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to expedite the digitization processes. I'm particularly excited that under the new Land Act, electronic conveyancing has been captured. So this can only be realized, however, by the establishment of a robust digitized land sector agency. And this has been incorporated in the Land Act. So the digitization of the land agency or the Land Commission has now become very imperative. And I have every confidence that the team that we have at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, the Honorable Minister, Usubio and Miracle Duka, is a formidable team working with the Lands Commission. And I believe that we are going to slay this dragon and make sure that we fight the demons and principalities that we meet in the process of land administration. I mean, you all know the demons and principalities that you meet when you get to the Lands Commission. We are going to slay those demons and principalities, and Abu Benito and Miracle Duka, we are going to lead that charge. We are going to digitize the land registry, and we are going to start that process now.
Yeah, I mean, this guy has gone about trying to digitize everything in Ghana, and mostly none of them has worked. But this is one of the programs that I'm praying. So he comes through with it, goes through with it, and actually praying that it works, because it's heartbreaking when you go through that in Ghana. As you describe them as demons, principalities, a serious issue. Hopefully, if normal way in here, if nothing works, I hope this does work, because with the here empire, it's very important. It's absolutely important to us. So I've posted a link on there. I mean, we've discussed various issues. If anybody wants to come on live, I actually want you guys to come on live so that we can discuss this issue head on. So all these problems are there, and these guys are they serious? Like trying to spend time and energy. Oh, I forgot about one thing. I don't know if you guys have heard the Asin North MP. Asin North on elections, somebody took it to court that the MP is a citizen of Canada. So he went to court, and the court came out with a verdict, I think that was yesterday, that the court has declared the election of that constituency null and void. So they have to go for re-election. And what is funny about the whole thing, I heard Professor Kweku Asare, I think he's in the US. I'll try and see if I can send an email or talk to my producers and see if they can get him on the show one day to come and explain that to us. So for all you politicians or and for instance, politicians or aspiring politicians we are citizens of other countries as well, but you were naturally born from a Ghanaian parent. The constitution make you a naturally born Ghanaian. If you want to pick up politics, you really have to listen to this. I think the guy he put in an application to withdraw his citizenship as a Canadian citizen in 2019. And I think he didn't get it renounced, I think because of the COVID and all that, until the 11th December 2020. So according to him, I say, I've put it in, and in Canada, as long as you click send, you're no more a citizen. But it takes a little while for you to get your certification or decertification of being a citizen, of not being a citizen. He wasn't a citizen of Canada, but even before he got his citizenship, he got his citizenship before the election. So during the election, he wasn't a citizen of Canada. Right? The court said, okay, we hear that, but even before you pick up the candidacy, and you shouldn't be a citizen of any other country but Ghana, your allegiance. And that's where Professor Stephen Kweku Asare comes in, because he was explaining that there's a huge difference between allegiance to a country and citizenship, and and I think citizenship and national. All these three are different, and so the court got it wrong. And I think the NDC is also saying that the case should have been taken to the Supreme Court. They were making moves to take the case to the Supreme Court because they thought the High Court didn't have jurisdiction over the case. But the High Court judge, blocked it and did not allow them to take it. So I think it's going to be a very, very good, a very, 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 very good issue to talk about. If you get Obi Owo, Professor Kweku, or any law professor, obetumi aboa or sa topic on, and we will take it on and try and learn a few things about it. Yeah. So back to Asase. So Bawumia is trying to make moves to try and get this land registration digitized. Because, like I told you, it's a very, 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 very simple process. And as to why we cannot get it done, me dream crime in Tiasit. Let me see if I can find. Well, I think they just digitized the road. To be fair to them, it was just digitizing roads. It takes more accuracy to digitize lands because it has to be very, very precise. It has to be within the margin of error has to be within a few centimeters. And they just copied Google. But it's funny you brought this up. If they found the money to do that, I think they spent say 100 million Ghana cedis or dollars to do that. If they found money to do this and they had the political will to get through with that, they should have the same political will, to put this law to try and digitize this. And this one, I encourage Sam George to help us with some of his energy. Only give one Uncle Kakra, because we need his help over here, so that we can just digitize all the registration and make it easy. So, because just get a little database and just manage it. Streets, there. Oh, they just copied Google. I'm not crying. I think they said they paid the company that copied the Google for us about $3 million. I know what the mama crowd meets my amount. You just tell them, just give me a link to Google Earth. You could have just done that. Give me a link to Google Earth, and that's it. But they found the money. I'll have that for you. Your Bompire said this is just not going to be rhetorics. Dr. Bakus, we there, me panacho pa. They should work on this. This should work for us, because if they solve that, a lot of problems is going to go away. So, first of all, it's going to make infrastructure very easy, because if you want to build any infrastructure, you have to buy land. Ebema investors, it's going to be very easy for local and foreign investors to come in, because almost probably investors be what puts them off. And I told you the story about these people from Europe trying to build some factory in Kumasi. Buying the land it's just too hard, period. And because chiefs can say whatever they want, put any price on any land, it makes it very, very, very difficult and very, very expensive to get a piece of land in Ghana. And I heard say somewhere in Kumasi, what tax as area we see down, what you've paid everything out him now. When a new chiefs comes out, me Bano Akacham said, new chief, new laws, he's going to resell the land, or you have to pay him some money. You have to pay him some money. Although you've already bought the land, you've already leased the land, and you're going about your business. I'm going to be said. I'm trying to be beside come on. So, digitizing land there, I don't think they will pursue it because local chiefs, etc., won't support because they will be out of money. Yeah, but so what is that? Like, if you really want to do it, I don't need the chief's consent. I wish I had some letters for it. What it does, and I said, I know your land commission for a problem. I know you've already gone past the chief until you've bought the interest of the owner and the traditional chief of that area. Why you know we what you as canary, and the chief and the owner will give you their letter say they are relinquishing their interest to you. It is a letter or the land commissioner who are digitizing the boom. When you take it to land commissioner, they put in a file, in a proper file, Ankasa, and then they'll go put it. It's not a digital file like paper file. They put it in it, and then they'll go and put it in their archives. If there's any dispute as to who owns the land, they'll go and pull that file out and show it. And then a land commission for over 18 years, as far as I'm concerned. It's been more than that. By maybe starting follow sad, and it's been about 18 years. That land commission is fighting whoever tries to digitize it. So let me show you an example. Let me go to Polaris here and show you something very small as to how it works here in North Carolina. And it's not North Carolina, City I can find something for you. It's Juma, that's Polaris. So say you want to buy a land in Charlotte. If you have the address, let me share this so that you can see it. You come here, she'll see here. Let me get a fresh page. So let's say you want to buy a land in Charlotte. And I think I could be said you just go to Polaris 3G. If you have the address, chest hand please drive. Okay, click on it. It shows you the land, right? Assassin. So you click on any lot let's say you want to buy this land. You click on it, and this is the information. It gives you the parcel number. it gives you the owner of the land. Owner's nini. Address nini. And the amount. It will give you how much they bought the land. And the year 1988, on motor assassin, on motor on 7,000. Charlie Amba Charlotte and 10 crowd. So, and this all the information, even deeds and any map of the land, you can acquire it. That's a long process. I don't want to go through that. But you can acquire the deeds and the lands. Paper that documents that's as no crowd. You can ask for it and you get it. Into your information when you so baby I'm clicking, and if you click on here, say what FEMA talks like, say if it's erosion or flood or erosion prone, that be catcher. And you can go back, you can go back to, let me try there quick. So this was what I almost scan index book and imaging system book. It's Okohwa Ope image out. You can use this description to find your image. And Ope that's the GIS ID. All the information, basically all the information you want about the land, you can get it here. And found land BR, just click on it. You get who owns it. Year motor, how much they bought it. This was in 1997. He bought it for 2.5 million, blah blah blah. So, una no ho. O click we na. O click deed number now. I bet you who owns the land, how much he bought it, who he bought it from, is there any liens on the land? And that's what they call digital. So, and then I want digitizing the whole registry purposes. We put all their information in the GIS and Okoto assassin. Yeah, I think because in sign paper. No, I'm on receipt. Paper receipt. Now they are showing to me. It's all digitized. It makes it easy to find land, do your research, work with a lawyer. The lawyer can read the deed and try to explain the deed to you. It's as simple as that. So that's Polaris for Charlotte. And almost every county has it. So that's what they're talking about. A very simple Kululu Bianim also Heneba Kuntimin Thomas Assassin Manipa 40. So I don't know why. And this is not a novel idea. It's been there for a long time. I think the first, it's been around for like 4,000 years. Egypt. Something BC. Digitized the land. It wasn't on the computer there, but they had a GIS. They documented all their lands, who owns the land and everything, and it was easy for them to find. Yeah? And so they'll make it difficult for you. The reason why is to make it how search deed. We will deed number no. We will book number, any page number. You just put it here, hit view page, and it take you to the deed. But who knows assassin there? So yeah, final high land guard near there. And that's what I'm talking about. It's I'm in full support of Vice President on it. Say, your bonfire. This so normally the demons and principalities, they have an office. We can locate them, we can find them, and just get it done. You got everything else did. He got everything else done. It's although most of them didn't work very well. Oh yeah, every state, every county has it. So Unimo County there, just type county name, registrar of deed. It will take you to every country GIS. And funny enough, most of the GIS people are minimum US now. Only a Ghanaian, so most of them are minimum only a Ghanaians. Like I told you, I have a GIS friend. He was actually a junior classmate who he has a PhD in GIS. Man, I'll contact him and see if he'll be available to talk about some of these things. And then we can go on a whole education trip, unless you guys are not interested. But I think it's a very, very good thing to talk about. Now, you're support to a VP, Dr. Obama. I said, no matter you're gonna give him 100%. But everybody are digitizing. What a problem in the world? Because it's not about money. Digitizing there. Forecast it's going to cost a lot of money. It shouldn't cost that much. If every locality, if they localize it, or if they decentralize it, say every city Ghana, every town, every village, every city have a surveyor. Every region have a regional surveyor. Almost our project, and they will do it. Very simple. And I make us say, even from the 2000s, where the total station and the GPS's instruments were used in surveying lands, became very popular. Most of these things are digitized already. The maps are not digitized, but the deeds there, you just scan them. Big problem. Scan them or take a picture of them. No problem. And just do a little GIS. If they want a consultant, I'll be happy to provide them with consultants. Mayor Ghana, they've been in this industry. Some even work for Esri. They know all of them. They can help them in doing this for a very, 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 very low cost. And $100 million and ABBA is going to be very low cost, and it has to be done locally. Centralized. Normally, and crying there. No minister, but you bribe. Now say now we are just bribe. And say find a party member. Because we're very professional, and you're a party member now, but you find the people who can actually do the job, and they get it done. Very, very, very simple. But because if they do it like that, you can just Google County BIA. Everybody can do it right now. Just Austin. I just type Austin County or Austin. Just type, and I'll just type it Austin GIS. And I say Register of Deed Austin or Seattle. I just type Register of Deed Seattle, and I count we'll type here. Everybody, it's so simple. Everybody has done it. Even small towns are almost gross. They don't almost taxes. At the end of the year, you don't get $30,000. They all have it. It's so simple and easy to do. GIS platforms will be required free. Esri is a little bit expensive, but not that expensive. So I mean, this shouldn't be a problem. I think I should find this guy to talk about it. Don't breaking it down for us to see how simple and inexpensive it is. Now, we can put that agenda for entrepreneurs who want to go to Ghana and are going to do business that involves acquiring the land, to get you started, because now I was listening to some podcast about these African Americans that they are making the return, and some people want to make a return for good. So they are talking about buying lands and the problems they face, because as I'm from Omodoso, and some people are trying to, start commercial farms. Some person a friend is saying, what's this thing? This nuts, so say it's in vogue. be cry friend saying. Abrofun Kate conference. Oh Jesus Christ. Anyway, I've heard a lot of them trying to go and farm there. And anyway, not tiger nuts. Abrofun Kate. Oh, tiger nuts is there. Almonds. Yeah, people were talking about doing almond farm and avocado. We are Ghana here and really want to start an agro business in Ghana that you can export. You can export your produce to Europe and to America and make a lot of money. Think about avocado. Actually, I recommend if you've got Netflix, I've forgotten the name of it, but there's a Netflix show about avocados. And if you have Netflix, I'll recommend that thing. That's not Nkate. Nkate no any peanut. It's almond. Abrofun Nkate. And cashew nut too. Yeah. Cashew nut too is in vogue. But Charlie avocado. It's one of the biggest, like it's gold. It's green gold. It's green creamy gold. And you can do avocado. Just say it needs a lot of water. Yes, it's no more poisoning in a problem. But these are things that you can go into in Ghana. You get cheap labor, you get, but trying to even acquire land to do that is going to be a problem. So this is going to be good for you. More person starting businesses on Ghana. How to acquire the land as of now and how we can help make it better. And I discuss this here. So a lot of these people around here and are people that are going to watch this are victims. They know already. That's it. Yeah, cashew nut too, Charlie. If you can get into it, cashew nut, I think from where I come from, Brunga Half, it's a big issue about the cashew nut. How do you have debates? Yeah, that's in Kate is either peanuts or groundnuts. Yeah, in Kate. But yeah, there's the cashew nut cartel in Ghana that's wreaking havoc in that industry. I think when we get to agriculture, we will talk about that. Yeah, it's that's Baumia's new baby. He's going to attack Land Commission and try and digitize them. They say, so I digitize the ports. Still our Muriasika, but at least Swatika and if anybody has anything on the contrary, you can let us know. But I'm so our airports. And Ghana Google Map and they answer behind him, but we didn't get anything from that. And yeah, you cannot buy land. Ghana land is not actually for sale because you can lease the land for you can lease the land for 99 years and renewable. Like they will have to renew it for pennies. And so you can have it for ever and ever in your family. But it's renewable every 99 years. Yes. If you're a non-citizen, it's for 50 years. That's why I want us to discuss citizenship. If your parents are from Ghana or you were born in Ghana, you're a natural born Ghanaian, irrespective of which citizenship you hold. And that's what I'm trying to see if I can get Professor Asari to kind of explain that to us. Yeah, I mean, so Okwa, the Chinese owns almost all the lands in Accra. And because they cannot buy it, they get Ghanaians to front it. And then they get married to a Ghanaian, and then they can buy the land for 99 years. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to bring people on. See, people are very, especially Ghanaians that are working in a public service or civil service, are very shy when it comes to talking publicly, because Ghana, there's freedom of speech, but freedom after speech is highly debatable. We not can say they can do they can do a lot to you, but that's why we have to discuss who because your constitution doesn't actually talk about nationality and citizenship a lot. It talks about allegiance. And I think I overheard Professor Kweku Asar talking about where that allegiance in our constitution, where it was drawn from. So it has a history. I think so explaining we can get an understanding. It took us as Ghana. Sa that I own you know where you stand and as to how long you're leasing the land for. And those of you guys that are citizens of America or dual citizens, you have to know where you stand. Yes, I'll customer tax as to 50 years per penum to the time as soon you have to renew it. Yeah, I mean, it's not actually taking it like a stance. It's just that even them coming to explain, them coming out to educate people is sometimes a problem. So I don't know, why are you trying to explain how to buy a land in Ghana so that when they come into the office, we cannot just confuse them with some jargons and it's a problem. Yeah. See, I think most of our constitution, even I think the 1992 constitution, there was nothing like dual citizenship in Ghana. So most of the laws that they wrote that had something to do with citizenship, they didn't even tackle citizenship. It was all allegiance. And I don't know. And our Bakus, this is Dr. Bakus, how you feel that and we find a weekend, and I know you don't get time on Thursdays. You normally be working around this time, right? And we can do okay. We can do an interview offline, Nanka. We play it on a Thursday and then we discuss it. I've got very, very intelligent people, aka Obaya, Haja Binta, and Hansen, or Benjamin, and all these people on here that can critique and have good questions. Yeah, brain drain it. See, all this corruption and all these things that are going on in Ghana. That's why if any Ghanaian has the opportunity to go somewhere else that and can make a difference there. And that's how the world works. It's not just Ghanaians. That's how human beings do. That's why we migrate. Say Tibebi, now and Koya, we move on to somewhere else that and that's how it works. It's if somebody is if somebody does medicine in Ghana, now okay, say even sometimes it's not even the money they pay him to take on, which is like I'll not belittle that, but or share even the equipment that he has to work and that patients that come through his hands every day are dying from something that they are not supposed to be, but just because nobody cares, he's not getting the right equipment or material or whatever he to use to work at. For his mental health, it would be better for him to move somewhere where he can. My daughter just turned 8 years now, and what anyway, that's by the way. So I'm migrate alcohol baby for anyway. You migrate somewhere else. And most of Ghanaians you see in other countries, UK, like the whole Great Britain, Europe, Asia, over here in America, most of us economic refugees or economic migrants or descendants of economic refugees or economic migrants. Thank you, Obaya. Charlie, today we went to the worst IHOP I've ever been. Wireless tinting to what she wants to do. So on the birthday the whole week. So one of them was having breakfast in IHOP. And I went with her and my son to IHOP, and Jesus Christ. Worst IHOP I've ever been. Anyway, but that's by the way. Thank you. So I mean, people are taking. I'm out for Libya, getting killed and kidnapped and all that, trying to just get away and find greener pastures. And I mean, I'm a victim. I wouldn't say I'm a victim. I'm a volunteer. I volunteered to be brain drained. I volunteered. I moved away from Ghana. As soon as I was done with college, I took off. And it wasn't just me. Almost half of my class took off. Because Osha left and right. If you want to make an honest living in Ghana, Charlie, it's difficult. Well, you cannot even do it. It's not say it's difficult. To make a very honest, I mean, all these millionaires in home Ghana, this and this mogul, they had to do something. And we all know to say, I'm fine to say normal. All these big so-called big men and women are either not paying their taxes. There was this guy that was telling me a story. I think it was on this show. Said there was a pharmaceutical company, and what they did is that the Ghana Health, I'm saying, it's a Ghana Health Authority or whatever. More pharmaceutical, more drugs now, more craft for the hospitals, for Kolebu and all the regional hospitals. The national hospitals, this guy had somebody on the inside. And Adroni Begu will say, I'm a warehouse or not. He will go there and buy the medicine for next to nothing. And then he will sell them in his pharmacy shops all around the world. One who wholesaler out on Kedro. And then he became a millionaire. And when you asked him, he said it's through prayers and hard work. Well, I guess even thieves pray. It's a dangerous work. It's in fans and not say hard work. So they are not lying when they say that. But it's very hard to make an honest living in Ghana. You have to, pack here and there. You got to be doing something, or you got to be working. You got to have I saw wow private job. I'll point with Juma. You spend most time, not primary school, JSS, and secondary school. Most of our teachers are more business, almost second job need teaching, So, no, Tron notes, thinking not my class captain, no, because I throw good board notes, so no, I won't copy notes, and then repeat. And go to his shop and go work. And our farms, our poultry farm and I just go there and just work. Because why on the side, it's not going to work. So, movement now, it's not going to work. And that's why most of us volunteered to just leave the country. It's not because we didn't love the country. Me, I'll leave and die in Sunyane, but what am I going to do there? Even all the people all my friends in Sunyane, my age mate, it's Okobiano. They all left either outside the country or in Accra, or that's how it works. Edding. So yeah, I'm 100% in favor of Bawumia trying to attempt this, but the budget never check. Because $100 million, I think we should just shut it down, just keep it as it is. That would be just waste of money, and we're still gonna go back to zero anyway. Until we are going to have another election for fans of election, another election. I think they're just still going to take it to the Supreme Court somehow. And hey, you're welcome. I haven't seen you on here. Welcome to our show. Subscribe. What? Go to. Oh, you already subscribed anyway. Be part of us. You better expect to how they be. So that's the problem. So yes, I'm joining Bawumia on this one. Let's join Bawumia on this one. First of all, we want to see his budget and his plan. How are you going to go about it? It's a budget and bro, $20 million. We have to just pull our support because subscribe and share. I think this is Facebook. So share. Share now. And you're welcome here. Yeah, so if anybody wants to join in, I'll once again put the link here. Don't be shy. Yeah, that's going to be my problem. Say, Ghana, when it comes to tackling issues, when it comes to tackle issues, we're very conservative about it. But say if you say your budget there, we are super in killing ants with bulldozers. And the budget now they better tackle issue no there. So you so kra na akota abenum kra budget now, yes, we say Charlie, they are leaving no stones unturned. And then whatever the budget is anywhere else in the world times 50 and 100. Because everybody has to eat from that budget. And still, public announcement. We are almost 2.5 years into COVID, and still, after about how many billions of cedis borrowed and taken, still are in your draw. Still there are no vaccinations in Ghana for anybody to get. So that's the problem. They come out with the biggest Ghana for budget of Mujie. Chance say you buy Jesus Christ. I did not ban. You buy na straight to World Bank. I said World Bank ma 1 billion. 1 billion. Mo nhwehwe mo people so chance you na buy to Africa 1 billion. Wa pipi abeje loan. Ghana was number 1 first. You know yakoje loan. You buy Sa funds now, president put they have some, the government has some fund that every president is supposed to put money in it in case of problems like we did. I think almost is a $200 million. They were sharp. They took it out. And I'm organize it. So I'm for should donate to some account to help fight COVID. I'm out for all the companies and all the industries. Everybody donated. No me is kind of sharp. I'm going to Sputnik. we all listened last week. We all know what went on. But up till now, apart from is it AstraZeneca and Pfizer at the chair, at the beginning of the COVID now, parliamentarians, all the government officials were money, and I don't know. President Tuni pay 75%. Parliamentarians to pay 50%. I don't know my dream. So that's the problem we have. If you're so for welcome, you with us here. Ghana thieves and kwa AK pastors. So I guess that's what we have for today. Next week I'll try and find either the GIS guy. If I can get, if anybody knows how to get Professor Kwekwasari, I'll talk to my producer and I'll talk to Wafa and see if he has, or anybody that can explain that thing to us. Citizenship, difference between the citizenship and nationality and an allegiance, we want to know. We'll find that. I'll see whether we can get somebody to get us through that. And GIS and also, so that one they mean say I know somebody in Georgia that that can teach us a little bit about it, and then I actually an estimate on how much it's supposed to cost. Now you follow vice president on that. Who knows? I might even send him an email. If he's not busy enough, a vice president, I'm not sure so he's busy, sir. It's I think we're just going to end it here today. Until next week, same time. All right, welcome Benjamin Ofori from Canada. Next week, Thursday, same time, 7:30 Eastern time, we meet again, and I promise you guys on that time, I'm trying to find somebody, or maybe I'll just read a bit on it and then we can discuss it. My main Baumia sings Osirama. No, it's not Baumia. Finance Minister Sosrema, any Ghanaian anywhere in the world that can donate 100 Ghana cedis towards the cathedral every month. Osrema, by me, Mr. I'm 50 cedis so that we can give half of it to fix the country. Fix the country are still on course to do the demonstration on 4th of August. And they might need money for logistics. If you find any genuine people online trying to gather money to help in the logistics, you can finance minister needs Ghana. Or they are 50 man, I'm 50 Ghana cedis on microphone. So until now, on behalf of all of you, I'll meet you back here on Thursday. Bye-bye.